We thought it would be fun this week to do our first ever equestrian dating and marriage segment. We thought it would be an interesting topic for Valentine's Day, and we thought it might be fun to chat about some of the challenges. I don't think we'll get them all covered in the first segment. We could be here for hours and hours. But we'll start at the beginning, shall we? I think we have a little pop-up, don't we? Yes, we do. Look at that. So we'll start with number 1.
I can't read it. It's too far away.
Do you like... So these are questions. These are really important things that you're going to need to know if you are considering dating somebody who's not a horse person, if you're a horse person, and vice versa. So question 1 is, do you like horses? Is there a limit to how many a person can or should own?
Yes. There is a limit.
There's always balance.
Well,
there's balance in everything. Balance is important.
I always tell my students, if you build a barn with 6 stalls and you only have 2 horses, there's 4 horses coming.
Or, well, you could look at it from a more positive point. You could think that perhaps your significant other was planning on having boarders to help accommodate and cover the cost of their own, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
But it is important, if you decide to date somebody who is a horse person, that is something, if you're thinking long-term relationship and getting married, is definitely something that you should think about, because there are late nights, there are early mornings, there are expenses, and there are things to consider. Now, if you're a horse person already and you know this, you know what you're getting into, right?
Or you don't.
or you don't, and if you don't, your head's been in the sand.
Because you do it different than I do it, so that we have that conflict.
Well, yeah, there is always that.
Different kinds of horse people.
Well, that's true. I mean, there is the person who says, well, I've given the horse some Banamine and he feels better, I'm going to bed. And then there is the woman who would sleep in the round pen with a wild Mustang for the entire night.
We don't know anybody like that.
No, nobody, never. So, yeah, but, you know, here's the thing. As long as you agree to disagree, so husband can go to bed and wife sleeps in the round pen with the sick horse and everybody's happy, it's not a problem. But knowing
Somehow
those
I don't think that's going to be happy in the morning.
Well, it depends on if the horse is better or not. The horse is better, celebration.
Yes,
everybody
ma'am.
is happy. So let's go to question 2, which is, how do you feel about late nights and early mornings? Well, we just kind of covered that, right? So be aware that if you're going to date an equestrian, thinking of a long-term relationship and marriage, there are going to be late nights and early mornings, right?
Especially if the show.
Oh, yes.
What do you mean you got to leave at
showing.
4:30 in the morning?
Yes, if you're showing, if you're competing, there's also the additional packing up the trailer, getting ready to go, possibly giving up your entire weekend because you've got to unload everything at the other end when you get back, all the extra gear. Then you've got stress and anxiety.
And is your significant other your groom, top walker,
Yes, there you go.
assistant?
Yes, so true.
Your tie post.
Yeah,
I would
typos.
say,
Yes.
Oh, your husband makes a good human tie post.
Yes, and if you get stressed out, if you're competing at a level that stresses you out, how do you react to that and who do you take it out on? We're really hoping it's not a spouse, but it could be.
And especially if you're their trainer at the same time.
Oh, if you're also the trainer, then you're talking like,
You didn't get it right.
Yes, that can be really challenging. So, yes, hats
One of my
off.
questions.
Yeah. Hats off to those that are married and stay married that are both equestrians, because that's a toughie.
I actually know a couple that will actually give each other lessons and they're totally fine. And a lot of the other couples are like, how do you do that?
That's a healthy relationship.
Yes.
Give and take.
Maybe he's on the road all the time, so she doesn't see him very much. Look, Isaac's like clockwork.
Oh, this is a big one.
Oh, yeah, this is the big one. Yes.
Do you have a
Are you
criminal felony
Yes.
record? If so, was this something you did at a young, stupid age
Or recently.
recently as an adult?
If you do have one, did it involve horses? And do you have to pay restitution? You know, anybody would think that perhaps I had a terrible experience since I came up with this one.
That was a pretty exact question.
Okay, so I never did this before in my life, but lesson learned about a year and a half ago. I had a big lesson, biggest lesson of my life. If anyone tells you you don't need to run background checks, they're wrong. Run a background check, and if they have a felony, I would say run away. If it involves horses, I would say run away even faster. And yes, it's very, very, very bad situation.
Some girls like bad boys.
Oh, I hate the thing of it. Not anymore, I don't. Those days are over. So that is important. And restitution can be a hefty amount of money if you committed a big enough crime. And then how are you going to pay for your horse food?
That's where the significant other comes in.
Oh, your bankroll.
Yes. The next one is something that actually, and these two, 3 and 4, are really mine.
Oh my gosh.
I own them.
Are
because
you a stalker?
A sociopath, or the big one. So
or
all my life, no, seriously, all my life, I heard the word narcissist, but I just thought it was a bad name to call someone, like calling them a fool or stupid or something. I didn't actually know there was a personality disorder, so I wonder how many people don't know that there is a personality disorder, and a narcissist should not be around horses, period.
Okay.
Or horse people, for that matter. Because so you can you can Google it. I'm
There's
serious.
a lot of trainers that are now out of the business.
We have enough stress. No, I'm making it sound like owning horses is stressful, but it's not. But it is an additional responsibility.
Even if you're not a horse person, you can learn from these questions.
Yeah, and actually, even if you're not a horse person, you really don't want a narcissist around you, period, or a sociopath or a stalker. So those are actually very important. And if somebody's all three.
Well, what if he's trying hard and he's not being a stalker?
No.
Okay.
I think we have time for one more.
Oh, we're only going to get
We're on page 1, yes. How many horses would you like to own? Yes.
How many horses would you
like? Now, this is different than how many can you?
Well,
because is a passion.
I have a 4-horse trailer, so that would be 4.
4.
Total.
Does this include if we win the lottery?
Oh. Do we play?
Because I love that meme. I'm not going to tell anybody I won the lottery, but there'll be signs.
There'll be horses.
There'll be
Lots
horses
of
everywhere.
them. Yes, I have to say, if I was a millionaire, I would have a 4-legged rescue. Mm-hmm. I would have all sorts of 4-leggeds. Everything but things that slither.
You already do that.
And that, I know you're right. I already rescue without the 501c3.
On a grander scale.
On a much grander scale, which means I wouldn't be a millionaire for very long. But anything 4-legged, nothing that slithers. That goes back to the narcissist. No slithering, only 4-legged.
Whoo!
Oh!
That was the sound. We're wrapping it up.
Right.
Pete's just,
I thought we had 3 pages and we didn't have to do all of it.
Well, no, because we're going to have Jenna back.
Oh, we're going to do this again.
Yeah, once a month. Equestrian dating and marriage. This was just the tip of the iceberg.
Look forward to it, guys.